Nike have made a statement regarding Ja Morant. The Travis Scott Mac Attacks are releasing this year and they look exactly like the OG Mac Attacks. People normally get really jealous when friends and family Jordans come out, but with these Spider-Man Jordan 1 utilities, people were like, nah, we're okay, you guys can keep those. All of these news stories and a few others in this week's Sneaker Wrap. Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, and if you like being kept in the loop, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and if you want to keep up with me in real time, go over to my IG and give me a follow over there. We're going to start off this week's episode by recapping some of the biggest sneakers that dropped this week. I'm not going to lie, this whole month is absolutely dry. There are barely any cool sneakers coming out this month, and so I have pretty much turned my radar completely off. I haven't even looked at the sneakers app for what feels like a couple of weeks, and I'm actually going to open it up right now just to check what I've missed out on, and it doesn't look like I've missed out on shit. There were some Air Max 1, 86, Lost Sketches, some Watercraft Nikes that look like a laundry basket, some Air Rift. Like, what is this garbage? I think the nicest sneakers, at least from Nike, that dropped this week were these, the Jordan 2 Low Cherrywoods. Nice colorway, nice shoe, but if I was gonna cop these, I would only cop them if they were 50% off. I did see Adidas actually selling out of this particular collab, the Sporty and Rich Sambas. Did you guys cop any of these? All right, so let's talk about some sneaker news, and I wanna start off by talking about something that is completely out of my wheelhouse. That is Nike's collaboration with Fortnite. They are coming together to create an experience being called the Airphoria Ultimate Sneaker Hunt. And the details are sparse, and so I'm just using my imagination here and guessing that you are going to be able to play the game when this experience launches on June the 20th, and within the game, potentially find access to some shoes. Sounds pretty cool, sounds pretty relevant and of the times, but I certainly will not be participating. What are your guys' thoughts on this collab? I really wanted to give you guys an update with regard to the details around the next Yeezy Day. And I was surfing the internet looking for clues, and then I came across this article that had some details. So I clicked on it, was like, yes, here we go. Mate, this whole article just goes on to talk about nothing but speculation. As of yet, there is no official release date for the next Yeezy Day. Like, this whole article is just talking about absolutely nothing. In fact, the only somewhat novel information was a link to an unreleased slide colorway that I'm sure has come out 3 or 4 times before already. Suffice to say, there is no interesting updates I have for you guys right now, but stay tuned. Nike have come out with a statement regarding the situation with Ja Morant. They are sticking by their man. They say they are pleased that Ja is taking accountability and prioritizing his well-being. We will continue to support him on and off the court. How stupid do you have to be to put your entire career on the line just so you can show off on Instagram Live, of all places, that you have a gun? And not only this, how can you be reprimanded for engaging in this stupid behavior the first time, only to repeat it again months, if not just merely weeks later? He's obviously had his braids twisted too tight because the oxygen supply has clearly been cut off to his brain. What do you guys think of the situation? You know how when an exclusive sneaker comes out and Nike normally bring out a friends and family version and we all get really jealous? Well, the complete opposite happened this week. I mean, they chose to go with the utility Jordan 1, which is basically a Jordan 1 with a fanny pack. Now, the colorway isn't that bad. It's pretty cool, to be fair. And this release was limited to 100 pairs. But I think we can all agree that if these actually had released to the public, they would still be sitting as I speak to you right now and would be on clearance in a mere matter of weeks. Kyrie Irving has been seen in what could be his next sneaker. He's been seen on court wearing Antas. And I think one of the funniest comments I've seen about this shoe is the potential name for Kyrie's first sneaker if he is to sign with Anta. The Kyrie 1 Anti-Semitics. I thought that was pretty good. Got a little bit of a heartwarming story here regarding graduates from Venice High School being gifted pairs of the highly coveted up-and-coming Nike SB Dunk Low Born and Raised. Really cool to see Born and Raised founder Chris Spanto sharing the love with his former high school, gifting pairs out to the graduates. And then it was also quite funny to see a video from Kais Omar where he actually went and bought a pair of Born and Raised Dunks early, only to receive a pair from one of the graduates. Now, some people have reacted negatively and said, man, what a stink one to sell off a pair of shoes you were gifted directly from the founder. But I guess if you're not really into sneakers like that, and you're looking to capitalize on the early prices, you can't really blame the person for selling them on. What would you do? Would you have kept these, or would you have sold these? Let me know. So we saw some marketing and promotional content circulating this week around the Nike Mac Attack, and we've also seen confirmation that the Travis Scott version is going to be releasing later on this year. Now, is it just me, or is this the laziest collab in history? I mean, we have the OG Mac Attack pretty much in its OG form. There really are only a couple of differences between the retro version we're getting momentarily and the original from 1984, and then the Travis version, which is basically just the retro we're getting with the swoosh on back the front. I mean, really? Is that all we're getting? Like, is this really acceptable? Or is this collab a little bit more nuanced and I'm just missing something? Maybe some of you guys out there can let me know. The Air Jordan 12 Flu Games sold for $1.38 million. This same pair was actually sold back in 2013 for, get this, $104,000. Meaning in 10 years, they have 10x'd. I mean, that is crazy and really shows that the appetite inside this nostalgic collectible memorabilia market is hotter and hyper than ever. All right, so let's talk about some updated looks, some first looks of some pretty cool sneakers set to come out later on this year. I want to start off with these, the DMP 11s. We've once again got the early picks, and all we're really able to discern from these pictures is the tumbled leather. Now, this particular sneaker has been causing a little bit of controversy in and around the sneaker community this past week because of the updated retail price point. These are going to be $230. Now, we shouldn't really be surprised that the retail prices for some of our favorite sneakers are creeping up, because that's exactly what they've been doing consistently for like the past 10 years. Now, because of this increased retail price point, it's got a lot of people wondering whether or not it's actually really worth going for some of these sneakers. I don't know, man. Like, I'm still in the market for these, but I'm not 100% sure with this inflated retail price. What do you guys think? You guys still going to be going for these? Clots are back with another dunk, and this is what, merely days after people have received the last pair of Nike Clot Dunks. I mean, what is going on? Could they not have just waited, I don't know, like maybe just a couple more weeks to release these? Untimetable related though, these are pretty nice. Who doesn't like a cork shoe? These have detachable, removable, interchangeable swooshes. I mean, they're pretty cool, but like I said, they just feel a little bit too soon after we've just had a Clot Dunk. What do you guys think? We got some updated images of the Air Force One Low Terror Squads in the black and white, set to come out on August the 19th. And the release of this shoe has been quite interesting because it sort of shines a spotlight on the separation of generations in the sneaker game. You see, some of the older heads that have been collecting sneakers for a long time will have fond memories of Fat Joe and Terror Squad dropping banger after banger hits back in the mid 2000s, 05, 06, 07. And they'll also recognize Fat Joe as being one of the big kingpins in sneaker culture. And the younger heads don't really have a clue who the fuck Fat Joe is and think he's some fat old goofball that draws on his own beard. As a result, some of the older heads are quite nostalgic for this release and love the idea of a Terror Squad Air Force One Low PE coming out in a retro form. And the younger generation just see these as wannabe pandas, Nigel No Name Association Panda 2.0. I personally don't really care about these. I'm not going to be going for them, I don't think. I'm not into them like that, but I can definitely see the appeal to some of the older heads. What do you guys think of these? So we've had some more looks at the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Golf, and these updated images definitely are a lot more flattering in my opinion, but this whole release has got people scratching their heads. I mean, Travis Scott has got to be one of the most uncoordinated dudes out there. His basketball shot isn't that bad, but him swinging a baseball bat or swinging a golf club is just horrific to watch. Colorway on these is nice. It's the sort of like reverse mocha type blocking, albeit with a black lateral swoosh and a white medial swoosh, the sort of olive suede or Durabuck, the kind of like Vault green branding on the tongue. Listen, as a bit of a golfer myself, I'll definitely be in the market to try and cop a pair for the course, but given that it's a Travis Scott shoe, they will be impossible to get because everybody will be out there to try to make a few bucks off the golfers. And a lot of people are wondering whether or not you could actually just get away with wearing these casually. Would you guys wear these golf shoes casually, or would you leave them to the golfers? Let me know. And so that is it for this week's sneaker wrap. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and do me a favor and hit the like button before you bounce. That would really help me out. Hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.